Bro! What the fuck? I got goosebumps. So smooth! Class! Need to sit well for this one. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, people! Ugh. So bloody satisfying. In this video, I'm going to react to 3 videos. I'm an editor and full-time content creator, which means I deal with content every freaking day. And in order to keep me inspired, I try and break down how other content creators who are often much better than I am make the videos they make. Today, I have 3 cinematic videos that my wonderful intern Sophia chose for me, and I'm going to try break them down step by step. Talk through, kind of assume what they did. Sometimes I'm right, sometimes I'm wrong. That's the reality of it. And with that monologue being said, let's dive into today's episode, starting off with the first one, Msshafuan. Probably butchered that, my apologies. I've uploaded all of the videos into frame.io, which allows me to break down frame by frame what they did. Video 1, it's 20 seconds. Bro! What the fuck?
In a world of pure imagination.
Probably can't see it. I got goosebumps. Jesus, that was good. That was fucking good. Where to begin? I also love the song choice. I've been seeing a lot of these on TikTok and stuff, and like that the song is originally from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which automatically gives you nostalgia, at least the original one, not the one with Johnny Depp, no offense. In this first shot, what you see is he's got like an overlay of like math equations. You can actually download that one as a green screen. I've done it before myself. And then you can either choose to put it over the face like he's done here. The way that I did it is that I put a mask over my face to put it behind. Just search, I think, equation green screen and you should find it. What's super nice about this is that he has a digital zoom out on the camera, and on top he's added that to these equations, which makes it feel 3D or embedded within the video. It's these tiny details that just add that spice. So then a lot of macro shots of the ear, his fingers on the mouse pad, turning up the volume, also adding in that spin. Genius. I'm curious if he filmed that his finger doing that or if he added in rotation in afterwards. Either way, you can do it in such a way that you follow the finger. This is where it gets real crazy. I have no... It's fascinating how he's using visualization here to show how he feels trapped in his own mind. Such small, tiny details, right? But these tiny details is what makes it insane. Also there, how did he do that? Let's see. Oh, I think he literally just... and added a digital zoom afterwards. It's just so smooth. So smooth! Has the AirPods in, another macro shot to show that. Really using the AirPods as a means to story tell and show how it's helping him. These shots are genius. I tried filming macro shots like this with my eyes the other day and just completely failed. I think when you have glasses it also fucks it up. Genius to have like closing your eyes and then transporting you to this other location. And obviously the story that he's trying to tell is having the music in, having the silence, taking a step back from your bureau, and then closing your eyes can transport you to a different place, right? And then obviously nails it by having this shot come in, and that's where the message of this video comes in, and that is an editor without nothing is not. That speaks to me, I guess. This like, what is that? It's like pitching down something that slows down. What is that? And And it times it really well with the turning of the button because it feels like sound is what fits with the turning of the button. The like silences in between to let the music do its thing, and then the riser coming back in here. Sound effects. There's a lot of different ones that you should know, and this dude has used it fantastically in his videos. Risers, they are great for building up tension. Whooshes, they're like risers but shorter and often allow you to make transitions. Clicks, gears, glitches, which I think everyone knows. Subdrops or impacts. Those subdrops and impacts are usually used if you really want to put emphasis on something. Also that one. That one from the timer. What is that? Yeah, clock ticking. It got like... Class!
In a world.
So many great choices. What a great video, dude. Fucking bomb. 20 seconds, but still absolute class. On to the next one. Next one's by Amy Raw. Need to sit well for this one. Oh, fucking hell. Exactly like I wanted. Oh, people. Ugh. There's so much talent out, right? And one of the things that you really, it's a huge struggle as a content creator as well, because you're competing against people that are in their own way so much better than you are. And it's annoying because you want to get to this stage as well. And it's like this endless race whereby there's always going to be someone that's better. And I'm empathetic of the fact that I know I'm not this good. But the only way that you're going to get this good is by 1, trying to understand what they did. 2, putting in the reps yourself. And then obviously 3, and that's where the part what will hopefully make you eventually stand out from the crowd, is if you're able to find your own spin on things. I think the match cut is my favorite effect. It's so bloody satisfying. And that's what she's done here in front of art pieces to like double drive the effect home. Class, Amy. Then this beautiful shot here, which you can't only, but it's certainly best in Paris. And that's where the typography comes in. I love this font. What's this font, Amy? Would you be awesome and share this font with me? Using the flag colors of France, obviously. Oh, and this is also a touch of detail here that most people would miss, but chef's kiss. Hiding eyes behind the reflection here to again add this like dynamic depth to the video. Class. Fucking class. Then a collection of like amazing shots. Color grading is sublime. Also that transition, that either perfect timing, right? See, she kind of match cut that with this person going through the screen here. So this one, and then the guy coming in as soon as the one on what the hell do you call this? I feel like such a boomer sometimes. This person on this fucking wheel thing, Jesus. Then timing that with the guy walking into frame. Gold. Something what she's done super smart, by the way, which is something I haven't spoken about yet. When you're watching a video, and it's difficult to do this when you have videos with subtitles, but you want to make it as easy as possible for your eyes when they're focused on one thing to refocus on something else in the next frame. Allow me to explain, because she's done this perfectly here. When we see these people walk into frame here, right? That's where you're focused. And then this person comes into picture, she steals the focus from the person behind. And therefore your eyes are now following this person as they go through frame. When you then go into the next frame, this old guy here with the glasses walks into frame. That's where your eyes were kind of naturally following the rhythm of the person before, and so you're watching here expecting the next person to come into picture. And so as my eyes are now mainly focused on this old guy, whereas in the next shot, when there's again a transition change, my eyes are still focused there. And so you really help the viewer look through your videos by matching where the eye is focused from the shot before. I hope that makes sense. That was an elaborate explanation. See, here's another great example. She then pulls the focus from that guy to the back because she knows in the next shot, the guy or the new person, this guy here who's smoking, is where the focus will be on, because she helped you get your eye line from focusing on the person in the front to the back, because in the next shot, the guy is now in the back. Or at least on the left side of the screen. I'm curious, did you do this deliberately if you're watching this, Amy? If you did, genius. I mean, if you didn't, it's also genius, but then it's an amazing instinct that you have. Wow, and then the final shot. And who doesn't love the Eiffel Tower? What a fucking video. 14 seconds. See, you don't need to create minute-long videos in order to have power. Beautiful. Okay, the final video I've heard a lot about, actually. A lot of people have sent me it, and I figured this week was the time to break it down, is by Arthur Squared. It's apparently his video whereby he's announcing that he has 8 tracks coming out. It's supposedly crazy, so let's break that one down. Here we go.
Yo, I got 8 months. Let me explain.
Arthur, bro.
Hello, my name is Arthur Squared. I'm an indie music artist and I make videos too. When I was 11, I stole my father's computer and I tried GarageBand. Since then, I stopped everything related to the outside world. I'm coming with an EP of 8 tracks. To promote it, I'm doing a mini-series called Not to Myself. It's short content on
What a shot.
Instagram and TikTok. It's pretty, handmade, with love. Because I think that 1 minute is enough to make art.
Wow, these shots after shot after
And if
shot.
I do more, you won't care anyway, so... But first, let me introduce my team, who are in fact my friends. We got Baptiste, aka the Human Stabilizer. This dude can do anything with After Effects. The legend says that he produced the next Kanye album with it. And we got Sandro, aka Papi Chulo. Typography, camera work, Photoshop. This dude is a Swiss knife, but from Costa Rica. Basically, in those episodes, we put in video a thought related to the song I'm releasing, but with the cinematicest approach possible, and it's just dope. For every track that I put out in the following 8 months, there will be 4 episodes. So that's an episode a week. For the smart guys in the room, we're just 3 guys with 6 hands, 8 months, and 0 budget. So if you want to see how far a music project can go without any money, contact, or followers, just give a follow on Instagram and maybe we can climb together.
Bro, don't get me wrong. I love all of the cinematic type videos that I saw before this. But these ones where like you nail the story on top, different. They hit different. If I remember correctly, this one also has like 250,000 views. It's insane. Okay, let's go.
Yo.
So we have, I'm curious if he did this manually or added this afterwards. Either way, you can do it both ways. That you start the shot and you simply add Gaussian blur and you add a keyframe on the Gaussian blur to have it from like 50 or whatever to get this look to 0 to bring you extra into focus. I think they added the Gaussian blur manually in the beginning, and as Arthur steps into frame, his cameraman will have adjusted the zoom, because you can see that before it zoomed in and then he walks into picture and you zoom out, and on top the autofocus now is focused on Arthur, so you have like this double blur effect. I hope that makes sense.
Yo, I got 8 months.
Killer hook.
Let me explain.
Because it makes you super interested what's happening. And I think he also added face tracking here, which again is something that you can quite easily do in Premiere Pro. Or there's even apps these days, Runway, you also have a face tracking function. But essentially what you do is you set guides in Premiere Pro on the face. I typically choose the nose if I want to do this effect. And you make sure that as you move in the frame, so if I'm now here, you reposition the video so that it's back into the middle of that guide. And then this is touch of class. First shot, zoom out. What is that? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Like, I think all of these shots they're so good because even though they're so short, you can kind of pick up on what's happening. And like he's added these digital zooms to really pull you through it so that it kind of feels like it's constantly going out. So fucking good. And then a white frame here before going into the next shot to like kind of give this almost like a camera snapshot transition effect.
Hello, my name is...
How's he done that? Arthur, is that just like the vocal length that you switched? Or is this AI and you've extended it? Like, this is a fucking golden shot. Or maybe his camera can just zoom in that far. Boy, what a beauty.
Hello, my name is...
Also the sound effect.
Arthur Squared.
Arthur Squared. Arthur Squared's like a dope name, bro. Fucking dope name.
I'm an indie music artist and I make videos too. When I was 11, I stole my father's computer and I tried GarageBand. Since then, I stopped everything related to the outside world. I'm coming with an EP of 8 tracks.
So good, man. Like, also the text and the color grading on this, everything just works. Like, he also has a color grading which you don't, or well, you simply don't see as much. Like I talked about the orange and teal last week. He has more of like a, I think, a green and yellow. He's added like this green color grading to it, which just looks sick. And because it's far less used than the orange and teal that we see, although that one also looks great, it adds this slight touch more uniqueness to it.
Promote it. I'm doing a mini-series called Not to Myself.
Fucking gold. I mean, the level of his camera is insane, by the way, to be able to like do these zoom-ins and have such high quality.
It's short.
I think I've actually even seen a breakdown of how he does this shot. I tried something similar myself, but I never watched this video, so I didn't see the original shot in which it was taken. So how he's done this, has a paper cup, and on the bottom of the paper cup he's cut it out, added plexiglass to the cup, then it's water in there, and I think he added food coloring, and then has a light coming up from the bottom. Then you put in a straw and you drink the way that he drinks, and that's your shot. Simple, but these are
short content on Instagram and TikTok. It's
then collection
on Instagram,
insane shots.
and TikTok. It's pretty, handmade, with love, because I think that 1 minute is...
Also the song choice. Guys, I think this was at like 250,000 views. It deserves to be at least 5 times
enough to make art. And if I do more...
Also these kind of shots, right? Oh fuck, where is it now? These kind of insane shots in the washing machine. How do you think of it? Right? How do you think of it?
Art. And if I do more, you won't care anyway, so... But first, let me introduce my team.
Then the transition, where he switches to introducing the team, using the switch up in color palette by going over to black and white to keep the focus, because I think he also saw that at this point the video was already quite lengthy. So what can you do to switch up? Well, just give an entirely different color palette in.
Like my friends, we get Baptiste, aka the human stabilizer. This dude can do
crazy font,
anything with After Effects. The legend says that he produced the next Kanye album with it. And
then I love the like vintage feel to this. Up until now everything has been super clean, like high quality camera, and then they're like, okay, let's switch up, we're going to black and white, so we need to match the tone of that black and white by also adding in vintage look to the video.
Sandro, aka Papi Chulo, typography, camera work, Photoshop. This dude is a Swiss knife, but from Costa Rica. Basically, in those episodes, we put in video a thought related to the song I'm listening, but with the cinematic.
And then adding in a color grading. So this is just a crop with like, on an adjustment layer, he has the color grading that he's done, and then a crop effect that appears and therefore shows the color grading coming in.
Best approach possible, and it's just dope. For every track that I put out.
This is also an insane shot.
In the following 8 months, there will be 4 episodes. So that's an episode a week. For the smart guys in the room, we're just 3 guys with 6 hands, 8 months, and 0 budget.
The framing on these videos is fucking crazy, guys.
So if you want to see how far a music...
Nothing but compliments. That video deserves an award, I think, for the level of cinematography going on there. It's freaking crazy. This is what I aspired to get to. Gold. Yeah, there's so much more that I could still unpack in that video, but then we risk dragging on. So that was this week's episode of Ryan Reacts, episode 3 already. If you enjoyed this video, then consider smashing the subscribe button because I'm going to keep pumping these videos out. And with that being said, I'll see you in the next one.